Gil, first of all, welcome to Mexico.
Thank you very much.
And you have an impressive resume, and we would like to know what is the purpose of your visit in Mexico.
Yes, actually, I'm the vice chairman of the WZO and the head of the Israeli department and the commemoration of the Holocaust. And my colleague, Sergio Edelstein, he is the head of the department of the youth movement all over the world. And I came here because we have a cooperation regarding to the youth movement in Latin America and in Mexico as well. So this is why I'm here. I have a partnership with Sergio Edelstein about the youth movement. And this is because we believe
The
youth actually, leaders,
Yes.
because they will become the leaders of the communities all over the world, especially all over American Latins. So this is the purpose why I came here. And of course I came to learn about the Mexico community. And it's very warming to see what is happening, how the community is united here in Mexico.
Yes, it's a beautiful community, I think.
Yes.
Today, the Israeli panorama seems like a chaos.
Yes.
I am asking you because you are also a politician. You are the CEO of Yesh Atid.
Yeah.
And last week, the director of the film Golda said the situation is like the Yom Kippur War, but the enemy is within. So, what is your insight about this polarization and what's going on in Israel?
Okay, so until recently, I was the director general of the Knesset as well,
Yes.
not just the CEO of Yesh Atid party. Now I'm the head of the party section in the World Zionist Organization. And it's a very good question because what is happening in Israel, there is a huge debate that influences the society, the economy, and especially its influence about the security in Israel. So the debate in the society, I don't know if you know, but in Israel there are 20% ultra-Orthodox citizens, there are 20% Arabs, and there are 60% citizens in the left side of the map, the right side of the map, and the center. Yesh Atid is a center party. And we have center left and center right, but it's a center party. So the debate in Israel, we believe in our side, this is a fighting how Israel is going to look like in the next few years. In one hand, there are the legislation that's not coming with agreement, wide agreement in Israel. And in the other hand, there is the really worried about if Israel is still going to stay a democratic country.
Because of the judicial overall.
Yes. And you know, if you look 2,000 kilometers from Israel, Israel is the only democratic country in the Middle East. And it's very important for Israel, but as well for the Jewish community all over the world, that it will stay the light of the democratic country all over the Middle East. So this is why the debate is so hard in Israel. It's so emotional. I don't know if you know, but this is the 34th or 35th weeks of demonstration. Very quiet demonstration, but with a demand to get inside or into wide agreement about the legislation.
And I think the problem this time is that the army and the Shin Bet are divided also because of the reservists that are saying we are not going to be there. Shin Bet and the army are the pillars of the security in Israel. And now they are in the center of the conflict. You have served in the army and know what is going on there. Is the opposition of part of the army a case of treason, like sometimes they say, or And is it going to influence the enemies of Israel? Is it going to look like a liability, like Israel is weak?
First of all, I'm still serving 42 years as an officer in the Air Force. I'm still serving, I'm part of the reserve forces. And you know, the IDF is we call it Tzva Ha'am, the army for the people. So it's reflecting what's happening in the society, it's reflecting to the army. So if you are coming to be part of the reserve forces, so in the same tank, in the same airplane, we are sitting together. It doesn't matter if it's someone that is coming from the left side of the politics map or if it's coming from the right side. But we have to be united. And our enemies are looking what is happening. I mean the enemies, first of all, the Iranian, as well as the Hamas from Gaza, and of course Hezbollah that's sitting in north border of Israel. And they think to themselves, or believe to themselves, Israel become weaker because of the debate, because of what is happening, and of course it's very dangerous. So, you know, the demonstration, the legislation, in a matter of the economy, in a matter of the security, everything is influenced by the legislation.
Yes.
Another thing, and it's very important, Israel still and was very strong economy, has 8 to 9% growth. The high-tech company. If this is going to change, it's going to influence really badly about the economy. So, of course, we are worried very much about it.
And the persona of Bibi, who for some is a great leader and for others is a great dictator, no? Is the center of the internal conflict in Israel. Would it be the same if someone else was in charge?
Look, I feel very uncomfortable to speak about the government because I'm Israeli citizen.
Of course.
Bibi elected by democratic elections. So I'm not feeling so good to speak about the government, especially about the prime minister. I think, but it's his responsibility to understand that this is a wrong way to legislate without an agreement, a wide agreement over all the political party and the people in Israel. It's his responsibility. This is what I believe because he is the prime minister. Mm-hmm. So now he's the prime minister. He is elected by democratic elections and he have to take care of all the Israeli people. It doesn't matter if they are in the left side of the map, if they are Arabs, if they are Orthodox, ultra-Orthodox, or the right side of the map. So this is his responsibility. And I'm expecting from him and from the government to understand that.
And the current government seems to have caused the eruption of all the resentment and wounds deeply buried in the Israeli society. Was it a matter of time that this would explode, or would it have happened anyway?
Look, I mentioned it, it's the 34 weeks of demonstration. I believe more than 500 people, citizens, are going out to the street. They are not citizens that coming from the left side of the map. They are coming also from the Likud. We see it. It's part of the polls in Israel. They are coming from all kinds of the population in Israel because they believe that the only way that Israel will stay united is that we will have a wide agreement about the legislation. And as long as the legislation will come not in wide agreement, there will become more and more people that will be part of this demonstration every week, almost every day in Israel. So the situation is very worried about everyone in Israel. And think about it. The Knesset going to open again in mid-October, and the other legislation they are supposed to come to the table. The first one is if the ultra-Orthodox youth will be part of the Israeli IDF, Tzva Ha'am, or they will be out of it. And this is the next debate, and it's a huge one, very important one.
Because I wanted to do that the military service would be equal to the study of the Torah.
Yes, I believe that some of them, it's their belief, it comes from the bottom of their heart, to learn the Torah. But still, it has to be equal to the other youth that are going to the army, coming to be part of the IDF, combat soldier. They risk their life, and it has to be equal. They have to do something for the Israeli people in Israel.
But it's not, they can do like community work or something.
It's good enough.
It's good enough?
It's good enough. Community, yeah, it's good enough to volunteer, to the health, other sections in the civil communities. So, of course, this is one of the solutions. But a legislation that only will give them the ability not to be part of the Israeli IDF as a Tzva Ha'am, so it will be a huge problem in the Israeli society. Think about the mother that have to send her daughter, her son, to the army. What does she have to think? My son is going to risk his life, and the other one will stay and learn the Torah? It doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it's not.
Yes, so.
But all the divide, Ashkenazim, Mizrahi, all the divide, it was already inside the society, no? And now it looks like it is.
Look, Israel actually celebrates 75 years. A lot is done about it. There is a lot to do. But you know, for example, if you're coming and serving the army, especially in a wartime, the enemies don't care if you are Ashkenazi, if you're a Mizrahi. They see us all as an enemies, as a Jewish people that they have to fight against them. So there is a lot to do. The Israeli society has a lot to do about this issue, but we did a lot. But this debate now in Israel, between the ultra-Orthodox, between the left and the right, of course, bringing us back in the years of this kind of thinking, and of course, how to be united again.
And is there a solution in your opinion?
I believe, you know, this is my belief. I believe that in the end of the day, the coalition and the opposition will have to sit together and to become and to bring to the table a legislation with a wide agreement about the legislation. If not, the demonstration, the society, the economy, everything will influence badly about the situation.
And what did the Lapid-Bennett government achieve, and why was it toppled in the elections?
You know, first of all, I think, you know, it's the first government that we had an Arabic party that decided to be part of the Israeli society. So this is I think it's one of the achievements of the former government. So this is one of the things, because we have 20% Arabs in Israel, and they have an Israeli citizenship. They have to be part of it. They have to be involved in everything. So this is one of the achievements that I can see them. But the other one it was a government that came up every morning and worked for the Israeli society. I don't want to compare between them. But you can see what's happening in the past 8 months and what is happening now. So everyone can compare and think to himself, what is the difference?
And why was it defeated?
What it was defeated? Because, It's based on 61 candidates in the Knesset. They were different. They came from a different side of the political map. It was a new experience, but I believe that it's going to come back and be again in the next few years. This is what I believe so. But now we have a government that elected, as I mentioned, by democratic elections, and they have to take care of Israel. This is their responsibility. And hope everything, will stay.
And you are going all over the diaspora.
Yes.
Now and meeting communities from the diaspora. What is it that the diaspora doesn't understand or doesn't get about Israel?
Look, I think first of all, we are after the COVID-19 pandemic all over the world. The Jewish communities all over the world, some of them are still struggling in coming out of the COVID-19. In one hand. In the other hand, they have very close relations with Israel. And it's going to stay like that. So Israel have to pay attention to the communities, to be involved, to give the communities all over the world, the diaspora, that they have a house in Israel, and to be involved and to listen very carefully to their needs from both sides. So this is what I think. And the relations with the diaspora have to become stronger and stronger during the next years, and it's very important for the Jewish people all over the world.
What is your message to the Mexican Jews?
First of all, it's very warming to see how the community in Mexico is united. Look where we are sitting. It's amazing to see that. It has to keep the united, to be together, to influence about the youth. The youth is the future for everything. So it's very warming, and I think that the community is, I think here in Mexico, for all over Latin America, it's example of how community has to be united for everyone, from the senior to the youngs and to the youth. So this is what I saw here in the...
And what do you expect them to do for Israel?
To have the connection, the one connection with Israel. This is what I expect them, to support Israel. Supporting Israel, it's one of the major things that Israel needs. Support from the diaspora. To supporting Israel is the strength of Israel by the diaspora, and especially Mexico, that is one of its very important countries in the United Nations. So,
thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.